so I don't know about the rest of the attire from the last video, but welcome back to another video. This video is round 3.
Yeah, round 3
of the Italian GT, and we are off to where?
Monza. So we're flying to Milan this morning, and then we'll be off to Monza. I believe Milan Linate is about 40 minutes, an hour from the track, so not too bad. And I also think we're staying just round the corner, so
even better.
Yeah, this year I'll just try and get hotels as close as possible, just because final race weekend it's so maybe Italian GT is not so bad, but other bigger series where you've got obviously a lot of people in one place.
It's like a rallycross.
Yeah, I know.
This morning.
You know, where you've got a lot of people in one area, you find the hotels get booked up quickly, but also you can, you know, like at a British touring car meeting, it can take like half hour, 40 minutes to get into the track. So I just tried to use my experience from that and just get as close as we can, but it's not so much of a problem in Italian GT because there's less people that go to watch, but it's not knocking it. It's a great series, but it's not quite as high profile as some of the other things I've done before, and yeah, but I still just like to be near to the track because I hate wasting time. I like to, if I'm at the track and I'm doing stuff, that's great, but I find if you stand around wasting time, that's when you get tired, lethargic. You know, we're either there at the track doing stuff that's useful, or I'll be at the hotel, or I'll be somewhere else. You know, I just don't like sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, so it is 12 minutes past 6. We're a little bit behind schedule, probably 10 minutes late, on our way to Jack's parents' house again, because they take us to the airport so that we don't have to obviously leave any car there, etc. So yeah, we're going to get to the airport, obviously get checked in, hopefully no problems, fingers crossed. That I've just said it out loud, so I've probably just jinxed it.
Cheers.
And then get some breakfast at some point. Because
another thing is I resent paying any more money to the airport than I have to. The amount of money I spend at the airport on food and drinks anyway, you know, I resent paying for parking for a week, which probably be nearer to 100 quid these days.
Probably more.
Yeah.
But as you can tell, someone's woken up in a great mood this morning.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good. I'm just venting, you know, just.
No, it's true. They just rip you off any way they can these days.
You know.
The hack. Have we told them the hack that you discovered? Get the coffee from Wetherspoons.
Oh yeah.
And then you can refill.
Yeah, go to Weathers, even if you don't want food, go to Wetherspoons and just get the refillable coffee. It's like 3 quid or something, and then you can get, you know, a couple of cups if you fancy a hot chocolate, or
oh, my finger's right in
you know, any yeah, okay, it's out of a machine and it's maybe not the best coffee. I'm a bit of a coffee snob now. I've got my proper coffee machine, but you know, why do you want to go and pay like 5-6 quid for some fancy one from Costa or Starbucks or any of these other big brands when you can just have it much cheaper?
Yeah, so on that note,
so
we'll see you in a bit.
On that note, we sound like absolute cheapskates, but you have, when you buy a house in this day and age, you have to be, and you know, scrimp and scrape where you can, because life is expensive.
The one that gets.
Yeah.
So we have arrived in Milan, wherever it is that we are, and I have been trusted with the directions, which is only going to go one way because I am rubbish at reading Google Maps. We've already just gone wrong once, but that was the sat-nav's fault, not mine.
The fact is Waze and you're saying Google Maps doesn't give us much hope.
Same thing, who cares? But we thought we'd have Apple CarPlay, but sadly our beauty of a rental car, which was a VW Up, does not have the goods. So we're very jam-packed, suitcases in the back and we're only one in the boot. It's that small. And we're on our way to our hotel to get checked in, and then a little bit of lunch, I think.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Finally, we didn't get ripped off by the rental car company for once, because our flight was delayed.
No extra charge. It's just literally all I ever do is pay for full insurance because it's just not worth risking it. The problem is, the way I see it, you take the chance and you're asking for something to happen, whereas if you just take the insurance, it's like nice. 30 euros a day.
It's really blurred because we're in a dark tunnel.
And then that way you're covered, you know? If you decide you want to have a crash, you can have a crash. Yeah.
So we've just checked into our hotel. We're staying in the, was it Helios or Helios?
Yeah, Helios Hotel.
Helios Hotel. So I'm just going to give you a quick room tour before we trash the place. So here's a bathroom. Lovely. It's something they really need to like implement in hotels is blooming baths. It's really annoying. Don't always want to shower, especially if I don't want to wash my hair.
Shut up.
It's a nice mirror as you come in. And then the lovely bed, which does look very inviting if I do say so myself.
Yeah, decent size room as well.
And we are starving. It's 2:30, so we're going to go and do our traditional get a McDonald's in Italy.
McDonald's, which is terrible, really. Probably like, I feel like before driving, you should be having good nutrition, which I normally do.
It is good nutrition.
You know what? It's a tradition we've started.
Look at this little chair. Yeah, so we're going to go grab some food, go to Aldi, because there's a little Aldi, and get some water, and...
Just see, a bit of chill time, maybe go to the track, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, and then obviously we'll make dinner plans a bit later when you see what it's about, obviously how hungry we are because we're having quite a late lunch. And then up tomorrow at the track for 9:30, you said.
Something like that, I'll have a double check.
For testing. Like what's this track like for viewing?
Pass. I think you can see bits and pieces, but it's quite long and quite fast. So.
Oh, great. So it's another weekend where I may not be able to get much footage. Oh yeah, no worries. Just put the dirty suitcase that's been in the from the bed.
Well, it's heavy. Where else am I going to put it?
On the floor?
No.
Jack's suitcase is taking another turn for the worst. In our last trip in Florence, one of the rubber bits on the wheel, it like just fell off, so he put it back on. Obviously it's actually this one here. Don't know if you can see the difference in sizes of the wheels, so it's worn right down to basically nothing, so it doesn't.
New set of tyres.
Yeah. It doesn't go very nicely, so that's my fault as well.
Yes, it is. Hello everyone, so just a little evening update on Friday evening. It's now 11:15, so just had a wash and getting ready for bed. We had 2 50-minute practice sessions today. They were productive. It gave me a chance to learn the track. This morning it was a bit damp to start with, so with an ever-changing track every lap, it's quite difficult to get any real useful running and data from that, but like I say, I had to learn the track, so it was quite helpful for me. And then in the second session I managed to use a new set of tyres in the dry, just to help us understand where we're at with the pace for qualifying tomorrow afternoon. Considering the limited laps I did, I'm quite happy with where we are. We're in the right sort of ballpark pace wise. Where the day was hindered by a lot of red flags, so a lot of crashes, so my teammates didn't, you know, typically in all their sessions kind of got a bit hindered. So hopefully tomorrow in the last practice we can just get a clear session. Don't mind Corinne just smashing up the bathroom. Yeah, hopefully we can just get a clear session, they can get some more laps in, and we'll be looking good for qualifying tomorrow evening. It's a bit of a difficult track to really film at, because wherever you stand at Monza you don't really see that much. You either see a corner and a straight. You know, it's not really like a section where you can see a lot. So yeah, we'll see what we can try and film tomorrow if we can. But yeah, looking good for tomorrow, and then hopefully looking good for the race. So let's see where we end up. That is our Friday update, and catch you guys tomorrow.
Hello everybody, it is 5 to 5 and we are just on our way back to the track. So I'm just on map duty again. But basically we were at the track this morning for the last free practice, I think Jack mentioned last night. And you did a bit of driver change practice, didn't you, with your teammates? Cause
yeah, first thing in the morning.
Did we mention that Jack's got a substitute driver this weekend because one of his original trio couldn't make it?
Passport issues, he's from Paraguay, so shout out Miguel. Missing you, buddy. You know, it's always...
Not that you probably watched this video.
No, I know, but still. It's, you know, it's always a shame. You try to build up a bit of a relationship with your teammates, you know, especially when it's only a 4-round championship. You don't have long and that much time to build a rapport. So when you have people subbing in and out and missing rounds, it's never ideal. But yeah, Beppe, he's a great guy. Actual gentleman driver. He's 49, but he's actually really fast. So it's like a first for me actually working with a proper gentleman driver.
Going left in 0.5 miles.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we've had I'd say a good morning. We've only run on old tyres. We are still, I've probably said this in other videos, but with the Lambos we're really struggling this year with the balance and performance. We're just down on power for whatever reason. Obviously all the cars are powered by different engines, they weigh different amounts, and they have their strengths and weaknesses in different places. And then the way the organisers make it fair is by ballast, so they add lead plates to the car. And obviously, so with the Lambo it's a naturally aspirated engine, so you change the restrictor size in the exhaust. And with the other cars that have turbos, you have restrictor size and also how much boost they're allowed, you know, from the turbos. And obviously everything's done in such a way that it's meant to make it fair, but there's so much politics, as with every sport. It's never fair, and of course always the car you're in is never, you know, fast enough. But genuinely this year in Italian GT, the Lambos, we are between 5 and 8 kilometers an hour down the straight slower than the Ferraris and BMWs. The chassis side of things, the car setup's always very good. You know, we're always really fast through the twisty sectors, but we just really struggle down the straights. And Monza is a very power and straight dominated track, so it's making it very hard to be competitive, but we're trying our best. I think we're in quite a good place after qualifying. There's talks we might get 20.
Qualifying? You haven't done that yet.
After the last practice, we go on the way to qualifying. We've potentially got some weight coming out the car for qualifying, so that hopefully will help a little bit. So let's see.
We're on our way to qualifying.
Yeah.
So like every round there's Q1, Q2, Q3.
Yeah, 3 sessions.
And Jack's
it's all
going
loaded together.
First.
I'm in the first one.
First the worst. What?
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think I should have all new tyres. Luckily Monza's not too heavy on tyres, because like I say, it's a lot of straights and a lot of fast corners. Which tends to not work the tyre quite as much as when you got tracks with a lot of like slow and mid-speed corners. So yeah, let's see. A couple of little tweaks in the car. I know what I've got to try and do. So yeah, let's see where we end up.
And it's, Jack already said, but it's really, really hard to film at this track, and it's really heavy with hospitality. Like, you know, people have got guests and stuff, so just trying to view anything is so difficult. So you're probably not going to see any actual racing or car content, unfortunately, but we will give you little updates like this. And then we've got our couple of days in actual Milan, Monday and Tuesday, so obviously we can film then and just keep you updated with how we get on. But yeah, we'll check in with you guys after qualifying.
So just a quick update before we go to bed and prepare for the race. So qualifying, we'll be starting 5th, which is about as good as we could have hoped, to be honest, with the pace of the Ferraris and the BMWs in this championship this season. We're really struggling, basically. We got 20 kilos of weight out the car before qualifying, but to be honest, that's just trying to, you know, put a little plaster on a broken arm, to be honest. We need a bigger restrictor. We're way down on power compared to what they've got. Monza is just a power dominated track, as I've already mentioned, so we're managing the situation the best we can. Yeah, I was 4th in session. I had to overtake on my best lap, so I just missed a couple of attempts to the sister car, but then managed to out-qualify the BMWs in the first session. But then the 2 Ferraris were just way up the road, like I think a second, which at this sort of level, at any sort of international GT championship, there shouldn't be more than a few tenths between the top few cars, you know. So disappointing that the championship organisers are not doing more to either give us a fair restrictor or slow the other car, you know, slow the Ferraris down to a point that it's actually a fair race. But it is what it is. That's motorsport, that's politics. We won't get too deep into that on this video. Teammates did a good job in both their sessions respectively, all things being considered. So yeah, I think that's about as good as we could have hoped for overall. And I think if we have a clean race tomorrow, 3 clean stints, no incidents, no problems, and if there's a bit of drama in the race and things all go well, we might be able to scrape a podium if we're lucky. If not, we'll just try and finish, bag some points, and then go into the last round at Vallelunga, where the track should much more suit our car, as it's a bit more of a technical circuit with a lot of slower corners, which should benefit us. We had a really good test day there last week. So anyway, Vallelunga is another month away, so let's worry about tomorrow's race at Monza. It's still great to be here, amazing to be in an Italian championship, you know, Italian circuit. They're like the home of motorsport in Italy, with an Italian brand, is pretty special. So yeah, we'll be off P5 tomorrow. My teammate will be starting. I'll be in the middle stint for an hour, the biggest stint possible that I can do. And my other teammate will be finishing the race the last half an hour. So yeah, let's see what we can do, see if we can pull a bit of magic out the hat. So yeah, catch you guys tomorrow. So the race weekend is now done and dusted. Jack will give you a little update in a second, but we've just checked in. Well, we actually checked in last night, but we were so tired that we just went straight down to the restaurant for some dinner, that we didn't film a room tour or anything. So it's a little bit messy because obviously we've got all of our stuff out and we've had a shower and stuff, and the bed's obviously not perfectly made, but I'll just give you a little tour. So we've got a junior suite. Don't mind me looking like the biggest tourist ever, but it's about a 5k walk, 4 or 5k walk into the town. So I've got my comfy gym shoes on, and I don't know if you can see, but I've been attacked by some mosquitoes in the night. So they kept me up quite a lot of the night because my legs and mosquitoes just don't agree with each other. They just are so unbearably itchy. Jack's smelly race kit just airing out there because at the end of a weekend they just end up smelling really bad. So yeah, we got a little tea coffee area just there, so Jack's just making us some drinks before we head off on our mission. We've then got, oh, this is the Quark Hotel Milano, by the way. We've then got the bathroom, so a lovely big mirror. We've got, yeah, just a shower, really big, nice shower. And obviously, like I say, our towels, but yeah, really, really nice. And then we've got the main creme de la creme. So there's our lovely big bed. It's probably big enough for like 3 or 4 people, isn't it, Jack? It's huge. It's really nice. Literally, the pillows were stacked and we were like, oh, if we just do 3 pillows next to each other, it literally is the whole width of the bed. So as you can imagine, you can get lost in it quite easy. Yeah,
it's nice. And I think it's comfy, well, compared to our last hotel bed anyways. And then it's got this cool TV that spins around either way, so you can either watch it in bed or in the living area, but obviously it's all Italian TV, so we haven't watched it. Got a little table and chairs, and then a sofa, and then we've also got a balcony just out here. So really, really nice. It's about, I think it's at 2 miles. Is it 2 miles? Is that about 4K?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more, 2.5.
From the town, but I guess it depends where in the town you're going. Like, we have gone onto TikTok basically and
Touristy things to do.
looked at the best things to do. So we are going to take most of them off of our list. Look how shiny I am. I just moisturised.
And me.
Says Jack. So yeah, we're just gonna have a coffee. We were gonna go out, get some food, like just some bananas and pastries and stuff for breakfast and come back. But we've decided that we're gonna...
Otherwise it's just, we're basically walking part way there to then walk back. So we said we're just literally gonna have a quick coffee now and then head into town, grab something on the way, whether that's at a supermarket or a little cafe or whatever.
Yeah.
Just grab a little something.
Because we're in we would be going into a low emission zone. So we could drive, but it's just not worth the risk.
And also,
so
we've eaten a lot over the weekend, as we always do in Italy.
Too much.
And alright, I'm working, driving, whatever, but although it's Italian GT endurance, it's not that much driving when there's 3 drivers over 2 hours. So even doing the 1 hour stint, I haven't actually done that much. So yeah.
I'll do the drink and you can update them with how it went.
No, I'll do it because there's no spoon, so it needs to be precise.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure all my Italians, anyone who watches, you're going to hate me. I bought some nasty cappuccino powder, but I didn't really want to buy coffee granules and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the race, teammate started 5th. A new teammate this weekend, a genuine Italian gentleman driver, Beppe, who's 49. Really nice guy, really fast for a gentleman. He started us in 5th. We had a really good start. We got a little bit boxed in behind the BMWs in front, and he ran 5th for the whole of the first stint. That was great. We came in at the earliest possible point to get me in the car. Things were going well. Pace was quite reasonable, and then there was a bit of an incident, and a car literally stopped at the start of Curva Grande. Anyone who knows Monza knows that's probably not the best place to stop. Anyway, we then had a full course yellow for what seemed like forever, probably like 3-4 laps, but full course yellow is 80 kilometers an hour, so you can imagine 50 mile an hour on a racetrack like Monza really does feel like forever. And as the stints are timed, not done by laps, obviously every second that we're stuck like that is eating into our plan, which was to have me out for the full hour in the middle to try and pull any gaps, the maximum gaps we needed to take any pressure off my last teammate Mav. Anyway, that happened. We got going again. I made a move into the first chicane on one at the 51 Ferrari, which finished 2nd. We did have a bit of contact, which ended in him spinning. I feel the move was just and on. I was given no room, and he turned across the front of me as I was, I had nowhere to go. I was already committed to the inside, and he spun. But because of the full course yellows and how the pit stops went, they were basically a lap ahead of us, because they managed to stay out longer in the first stint to then stop after that. So they basically got a free pit stop, because obviously if you imagine the distance you cover at full speed versus the distance you cover when you're driving 80 kilometers an hour and the pit lane speed limit is only 60 kilometers an hour, you can imagine where a lap is normally 1 minute 40, 48, 49, 50, a lap is taking 3.5 minutes, and the pit lane's only the whole pit time is only 2 minutes. So as you can imagine, you get screwed over quite badly. Anyway, that is how racing goes. Sometimes you make a plan, you have a strategy, and things happen in the race and it throws it out the window. So I think I managed to pass one of the BMWs, and then we were close behind one of the others, and also the lead, what would normally be the lead Ferrari. So I was quite happy with my stint, all things considered. It was chasing Giancarlo Fisichella, pretty much matching him for pace, and considering the restrictor size we have at the moment, and especially at Monza, I was quite happy with that pace. Came in, and then it was down to my teammate Mav, and then there was a small incident in front of him, which meant one of the cars in front had to stop. So then we were running 5th overall and 4th in class, but then this other car in front had to stop, one of the BMWs, so that then put us into 3rd in class, and 5th overall, but we were catching one of the cup cars which somehow managed to avoid all the issues and was running 3rd overall. Although at Monza you get, like I say, because they have more power but less grip, at Monza they kind of mask the problems they have. Anyway, we caught them and passed them, so then we were running 4th overall and 3rd in class. And for the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, Mav did a really good job, consistent lap times, hung on to the gap that we had to the car behind, because of the incident I had, we had a 5-second penalty, so we needed to stay at least 5 seconds ahead of that car, but we had a gap of about 15 seconds. And he was matching, if not actually quicker than the car behind. So we managed to hang on to 3rd in class and 4th overall, which for me, because I'm the only one from our car that's done all the rounds, I'm now, and because of all the issues some of the other guys have had, I'm sitting 4th overall in the standings and 3rd in Pro-Am class. So yeah, hopefully Vallelunga will suit our car better. There's less reliance on power, it's a lot more of a technical circuit, so that should be good for us as a package, as a car, as a team. So who knows what's possible. It'd be great to stay on the Pro-Am podium at the end of the season, and obviously for me personally it'd be amazing to make it onto the overall podium, but let's see. So yeah, to stop waffling now, it was a good race, a bit messy, but we managed to do a good job, and probably the best job we could have hoped for, to bag another podium. So that's our 2nd podium of the year.
And that's why his suit smells, because they spray champagne at the end of the race.
Podium champagne is a tradition of, if you don't understand or know motorsport, or I mean any, I'm pretty sure they do it in athletics as well.
Here it is.
Obviously as a cycling fan they do it on that, they have the podium, you have champagne. There is a story and a reason behind it, but yeah, it's a tradition, so it's
and the trophy's currently in the safe, so
yeah,
we'll show you later.
Trophy's in the safe, so yeah, nice as well to get up on the Monza podium. Obviously, anyone who knows motorsport knows Monza is like one of the tracks alongside Spa and Silverstone. I'm lucky I've been on all those podiums. Yeah, you know, it's just something that's quite cool to hopefully look back on one day and, you know.
And that's the beauty of filming stuff, is we've got the whole video footage of him on the podium to look back on.
Exactly. So yeah, anyway, that's enough of racing. It's been a good weekend. I'm really pleased with how this year's going. First year in a GT3 car, considering the lack of driving I'm having this year. I feel it's been one of my best. So yeah, anyway, that's enough on driving. Vallelunga in a month, but we're now on holiday. So we've got 2 days. 2 days in Milan, and then we're off to Portugal on Wednesday, well Thursday, fly home Wednesday from here, and then off to Portugal for a few days. So yeah,
for our birthdays.
Nice week coming up, so yeah, let's go and see some nice things.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Jack.
Hello. It's quite cool.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'll give you one menu so you can decide the meal. Thank
Can we get the bill?
Good morning, everyone. So it is the next day. It is 10:50, so we're a little bit late getting out today. Jack's just literally finishing off getting ready, and then we're going to walk into town again. So yesterday we walked in total, like my watch said 26,000, Jack said 29,000 steps. So it was about a 5.5, 6k walk. Again, my watch said one amount, Jack said a different amount to the town. Walked around the town and then obviously walked back. So yeah, we did the cathedral, which was really nice. We managed to get a little package, so we did a guided tour. So obviously we found out all the history of the cathedral, etc, etc, which we wouldn't have got if we'd have just gone by ourselves. We went up the like viewing platform, the rooftop terrace thing, so you can see the whole of the city.
Hello.
And then we just wandered around the town, didn't we? We went through the like shopping market.
All the designer stuff.
But that doesn't
Bit
really
of a tourist
interest
trap
us.
really, so yeah.
So we walked through it to say we did it. Oh, we did the Aperol Spritz Terrace.
Very nice. Expensive, but I'd say worth it.
Yeah, because you get like little appetizers included in your drink. So although it's 19 euros each, you get some snacks.
Yeah, I recommend anyone just go there and have one drink, and if you don't
Because
want
it's
to drink,
opposite the cathedral.
yeah, it's just a nice. I think you pay a premium for where it is, so you know.
Yeah, so we did that.
Same as if you go to London, it's expensive. You just have to accept that it's a couple of days that are going to be expensive if you want to do all the proper things.
Yeah.
You probably could do it on the cheap and not do that, not get the guided tour, but I am a firm believer in if you're going to do something, do it properly, because otherwise you look back at what you did and you're like, oh, I wish we did this and that and the other, and you have to come back another time. Whereas if you do it properly,
Yeah, like Florence, we didn't do a couple of things.
you know, I
which
feel like
was annoying.
if you get it done properly in one go, not like being morbid, like, oh, I'll never come back to Milan again, but you know, you do all the tourist things, so you haven't got like a reason to come back and redo things.
Yeah.
So
So we did that, and we just wandered around a little bit more, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
just
popped
like
into
wandering.
a couple of shops just to browse, but we didn't
Yeah.
buy anything. And then we went to the Osteria Serafina, or whatever it's called, like
Yeah.
one of the TikTok famous restaurants. We didn't look at the menu ahead of time, and obviously we didn't book, so it was all right. But we said that
bit overrated,
had
I'd
we
say.
looked at the menu in advance, because you have to get a minimum of 2 dishes, and the dishes are like crazy, probably true Italian food, like veal and stuff that I just personally don't like, then we probably wouldn't have gone. So if you're gonna go, maybe look up the menu.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a
and it's way out of the centre, isn't it? That was about 4k
yeah.
in itself, and it was pouring it down with rain, so we were just basically like going through a monsoon. But yeah, today's plan is to just tick off a few more things on our list.
Yeah, try a bit more nice grub, I think.
and then obviously tonight's our last night, and then we've just got tomorrow morning. We're gonna head out very quickly because we keep getting interrupted by the housekeeper trying to come in, and we're just being lazy. And
yeah, so we're gonna go crack on.
Yeah, so we're gonna crack on, go get a little breakfast snack, maybe a banana or something, and then it'll probably be lunchtime by the time we get into town.
Yeah.
So catch up with you guys in a bit.
See you in a bit. Oh, fancy little dip. What's possible? Yeah. Yeah, will do. Alright, see you in a bit, mate. It's a 4-stroke engine.
Good morning, everyone. So it is now Wednesday morning. It is 10:53 and we are just on our way to the airport. I'm just on directions, so it's right here and then it's right again at the lights. We just thought that we'd update you with how yesterday was. So we walked into town again.
Yeah.
And we went to the museum because that was the last thing that was part of our little package ticket that we got the day before to do the Duomo, etc, etc. So we did that. There was no filming in there obviously, but it was really interesting. Loads of different, like, you know, old bits from the cathedral and
statues and various
chalices. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're like the cups, they're fancy old wine glasses.
Yeah, we're going straight. So yeah, that was good. And then we didn't actually have breakfast yesterday. We just had some juice and a banana.
Yeah.
On our way into town, so we had a bit of an earlier lunch. Jack really needed a wee, so we stopped and had a pizza.
Very
just
nice.
Somewhere in the town in one of the little back streets. So yeah, that was really nice. We then headed towards the castle, did we?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can actually get
Castle, is it, I think?
Yeah, Sforzo or something, whatever it is. But you can get guided tours and actually go inside. But it was another really warm day yesterday, similar to Florence. Like, it was just so hot that we wandered around the grounds, and then there was a little park where you can obviously walk through, and then once you get to the other end of that park, you're then at the little arches with the statues on. I think it's again quite a famous little landmark. So we did all of that, and then we headed towards the Leonardo da Vinci vineyard.
And there's also there's another church.
Yeah, what was that, Santa Maria or
That's
something?
That's it, yeah, yeah.
But again, I made the mistake of not having my shoulders and up to my knees covered, and I didn't want to pay for a cover up.
It was very hot yesterday as well. But
when we got to the vineyard, even though I checked it in the morning and it was fine, it was sold out when we got there, so we didn't actually manage to do that, which was really annoying. So,
well, also the people on the desk were, well, I say unhelpful. They literally didn't say anything. They had a sign that said that it was sold out, but they could clearly see we were.
And they were like tickets for all attractions.
Yeah, they never said like, oh, by the way, there's no tickets, or is there anything we can help you with, or anything. They were literally so. You can't even say unhelpful. They literally didn't say a thing.
Hello.
So, not a shout out to them, very rude, and that put us off even doing anything. We just thought, well, we're not going to spend our money here if that's the way they are. Unlike the guys we bought the tickets off for the Duomo and all the other stuff, who were very helpful and were like, you know, you do this, do that, do the other. They were just very unhelpful. So we said, sod that, and let's go and get a drink.
Yeah, it's bearing round to the left.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we went and got our Lindt ice cream, didn't we? Oh yeah. So on our way to the castle, we saw this Lindt ice cream place, and obviously it's something
like
different.
A big Lindt shop with ice cream.
Lindt, as everyone knows, is amazing chocolate, so we thought, let's give it a go. And it was a little bit, again, the woman in there was a rude old bat, wasn't she? Yeah. She was like, oh, we can't do your ice cream until you've paid. And then we hadn't even paid, and she was nagging us to choose the flavours, and it's like, what is going on today? Everyone's hating us. So yeah, we did that, and then we did what we did the day before. We just went along the river, had a couple of spritz, and then we went to walk back to the Duomo because we got a few souvenirs yesterday. And on the way there was an all-you-can-eat. Was it sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sushi place, and I'd seen online that the all-you-can-eat sushi places were really nice, straight on. So we thought, hey, let's give it a go. I know it's not very Italian, but why not? So we had that, and then we headed back to the hotel. And over the 2 days that we've done over 40k of walking, so just under 60,000 steps. And yeah, we're obviously flying home today.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Oh yeah, we had a really weird encounter in the night. So we didn't get to sleep till quite late by the time we'd got back, and it was hot, and we'd been bitten a few more times last night at dinner. So they were obviously itching all through the night. But we managed to get to sleep about, I don't know, midnight. And then 1 o'clock we woke up to, was it 1 o'clock that we woke up to the screaming?
I think so, yeah. What, no,
or, no, I think 1 o'clock we just woke up because I think, I don't know, it was just hot, yeah, whatever. And then we got back to sleep and then woke up at about 2:15 to someone in the floor above, like screaming, but like
a man,
in pain.
A man, like a proper scream.
Yeah, like obviously some sort of argument had happened or whatever, but it was really like scary. It woke us both up.
It was a big scream, and then it was silent, as if someone had been killed. Like, obviously, don't like to speculate and don't know what the situation was, but it was really like, I don't know. Imagine like, well, no, I can't even say like you burnt yourself with a kettle, because that would continue to hurt.
No, like someone was in your room waiting for you.
Yeah, it was like
you weren't expecting it.
Just like a scream, and then nothing. Then there was nothing else. There was no movement or anything that indicated anyone else was there. Yeah. Or whatever. But
I said to Jack, I kept hearing what sounded like the housekeeper knocking on the door, like our door. But obviously they weren't. But then from then, I think we were both just a bit restless. Like, you were rustling around the sheets, couldn't get comfy. Yeah. And then I had told myself there was someone in our room.
Well, yeah, I needed a wee at that point, but it didn't go until like 8 in the morning, because I was like, oh, I don't want to get up.
Yeah, it was scary. We're going right at the lights.
Cool.
So yeah, we're just on our way to fuel up the rental car, and then we're going to go to the airport. Our flight's about 1 o'clock or 1:50, something like that, isn't it?
1:20.
So we need to be at the airport, and then we are actually going home to change over our bags to then fly out to Portugal tomorrow for our birthdays. So Jack's very kindly booked us that little trip.
Jack is very kind, yes.
So yeah, overall, I think Milan's been good.
Yeah.
We did most things we wanted to do. The only thing we didn't manage to do was obviously the vineyard, but we at least walked there and sort of saw the outside of it. But everything else, we did what we wanted to do. And I feel like we've made the most of this trip.
Yeah, I think it's like
yeah, straight and then right.
Yeah. Better not go on the wrong side of the road. Well, it's not the wrong side, but you know. Yeah, I think it's like most city breaks. If you like walking, you like a bit of culture, a bit of the local food, and a bit of that, then it's great. Well, I mean, obviously you can stay nearer to the city, but I think we quite like, well, because we book late and also quite like walking, we generally stay a bit out, and it gives us a bit of a walk in. I think 2 days is ample. I mean, yeah, if you want to see absolutely everything, then maybe. Yeah,
like they say about day trips to Lake Como, but
I think
we're not here for that, really.
No, I think if you're going to do that, you might as well just go and stay. I think Como's meant to be very nice. Just go and stay there for a bit of time. instead. So I think 2 days is ample. I feel like we've seen enough, seen a lot. You know, seen all the big landmarks and all that sort of stuff.
It's Milan Fashion Week, the end of this week as well, so obviously they're preparing for that. And in the cathedral, they have this nail thing that gets brought down, and it was brought down a couple of days before we went. So timing wise, I think
nail
timed
thing,
it very well.
a bit of context, nail thing is supposedly one of the nails that held Jesus on the cross, and long story, it was
found at a
it was there,
blacksmith.
it was lost, and then the woman or bloke who found it he was looking for it and told he had to find it, and then he had a vision, managed to recognise it amongst the blacksmith's pile of junk, basically. But supposedly this is one of the nails that held Jesus on the cross. Like I say, take it with a pinch of salt. You know, whether
even
you believe in miracle, apparently even the bishop says that.
Left at the roundabout.
But yeah, it's not just a nail, it's supposedly.
But it's they almost like, it gets locked up in a little box and it gets brought down twice a year.
Yeah.
Once or twice?
Where are we actually going? You're not helping me. That was it, I think.
Yeah.
So I need to go back
Sorry.
round.
The Holy Week.
Yeah.
So for the Holy Week, okay. Anyway, we need to concentrate. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you again soon.